I've got you 100%, and you state it so clearly in The Anxious Age. That's an obvious theme that you state clearly then, but it really illuminates really all of modern Western history to me, because I think, was it Martin Luther that made Protestantism happen, or was it the vernacular? Turning the Bible over into the vernacular within 50 years, it spread everywhere, literally in Europe. And I mean, I personally, as you may know, I'm the biggest fan of the Catholic Church who's not a Catholic. Like my friend Pat Calhoun's the greatest Clemson fan that ever lived, and he went to Carolina. But, you know, I think that's so illuminating. So let's go right into the poster children. And you take a snapshot then and you say, what is the state of Protestantism then and their poster children? What is that?
Well, that's a play, of course, on the missing kids of, poster kids, and who used to appear on milk cartons. But also, they're examples. They're the poster figures for certain lines of Protestantism and how they look once you strip away the actual religion. Once you have what Flannery O'Connor called the Church of Christ without Christ. You strip that away, they still feel churchly. They still feel like they are the center of America. Doug, this is where I'm in the opposite position, where you're a Protestant who admires Catholicism. I'm a Catholic, a lifelong Catholic, but I look at America under the Protestant ascendancy, these 250 years or more of Protestant definition of America. And what Tocqueville said, every little sect fought with every other little sect, and the two seed in the Spirit Baptists were vehemently opposed to the Green River Baptists. And, there were probably 16 different identified varieties of Baptists at that moment. And they hated each other. Right? They prayed for one another's souls because they assumed that the other Baptists were condemned. And they were not violently, but they were strongly opposed to each other.
It was. The same thing in Luther's time. Protestants were doing this.
And yet, somehow in America, Tocqueville sees this in the 1830s. He says, even though they opposed one another bitterly, they agreed on nothing doctrinally. Somehow out of them all there was a unity, and there emerged what he called the central current of American morals and manners out of that. And you know exactly what he meant. Right? This is how we got births and baptisms, deaths and funerals. This is how we got the definition of the family. This was the locus of charity. If you were going to give money, you gave it to the churches to distribute. Right? But even more, it gave us this sense, that very American Protestant sense, that the drama of the individual soul's redemption, that's cosmic drama, is far more important than politics. And our art reflects that. Our novels are not about politics. Every European novel, the minor characters are more politically aware and politically smart than the major characters in American fiction, because it's not what we are about. And if you're the Protestant who admires Catholicism, I'm the Catholic who admires that old Protestant ascendancy. I felt like it gave us American exceptionalism, it gave us the frontier, it gave us all these things that help define America and keep us together. And look, Jews, FDR once famously said to Henry Ford, this is a Protestant country, Jews and Catholics live here on sufferance. But, and look, it had...
That is definitely not true anymore.
Right,
but
it had
we'll
bad aspects, but
Yeah.
the Protestant ascendancy gave us a kind of shape. It was our Mississippi running down the center of the country. Okay. And as a Catholic, as my Catholic ancestors hated it. They felt oppressed by it. But
there was a lot going on.
Right, but there was a difference between, feeling oppressed by it and thinking what it would look like once it's gone. And once it's gone, things are bad.